So I think we have two major problems going on in our life right now, the way it is right now. The first problem comes from society and the human systems which regulate our life. Like, look at society. Most of society right now is deeply ill. It is ill with a spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical disease. Most of these systems are working against humanity. They are corrupted. They are created to keep us in a state of constant survival, constant enslavement. Like, look at society right now. Most people are barely living paycheck to paycheck. So the systems are deeply and profoundly corrupted and denatured right now. Instead of taking care of us, you know, the people, the citizens, the inhabitants of this world, they are profiting from us, from our life, and not even offering us some good quality living conditions in exchange for our labor. You're going to a doctor or to a hospital, and most of the times you're getting an additional disease in addition to what you had. You go to a psychiatrist or to a psychologist, most improbably is gonna mess around with your mind. So these are the systems that we are under. They are predating on us as humans while pretending to care for our well-being. So this is one part of the huge problem that we are facing in our existence here. The human world and the human systems which are deeply corrupted and engineered to work against humanity, against us as humans, while lying and pretending otherwise. So we are dealing with a predating, deceitful force which uses these systems to keep us in this low, weak, and ignorant and malfunctioning and state in which we have to fight daily for survival. So the human world and human systems and society is one big part of the the problem, the issue that we are facing in this world right now. But then there is another aspect to this problem, this dysfunction that our world is in. And that other half of the problem comes from the natural world around us, nature itself. Something has happened to the earth. The earth is not behaving naturally and normally like it should. Like I just came from outside, it's the beginning of spring here in Romania, and I was looking at, you know, a, one of these larger piles of cut grass from last year. So I had this understanding while looking at this pile of grass cut from last year, and I remembered, man, there was so much grass growing last year that for this person that came here to cut the grass, and it's a terrain which is a bit larger. But this person worked for days on end. I think it worked around more than a week to just be able to cut the grass because there were heavy rains and then there was hot and the grass just exploded. It's just overgrown. Like an intricate web of grass and plants growing between them, so thick, it became so thick and very hard to cut it. This person that came had to bring two type of machines, and with one it would cut in one way, with the other in another way. And if this person wouldn't have come and cut the grass, you couldn't even walk on your own land. You cannot walk. The grass was, it was a meter or so high. It was very high and very thick. And I was looking at the grass and I was immediately, I had this flash of understanding, but this is not natural. Like, why do we have to wrestle with machines coming and being able to clear a land, from this thick amount of grass that just grows wildly like that? No, why do we have to have the need for machines to abusively come and cut this grass? But then the question is, why does the grass have to grow in such a strange and weird and wild way in which it makes it uninhabitable? Literally, you cannot inhabit that land with such a thick and tall level of grass. And when I say grass, I don't mean, your usual grass that you can imagine on your, lane in front of your home. I think it's a better word would be weeds. And thus, of course, you have to find a way to cut them off if you want to, create a pathway or have a place to walk. And then, of course, you need machines, right? Or a tool or another. And then you come with these machines and you have to be abusive because you cut them against their desire to live, right? So you have to become abusive, but if you look at it, they were also abusive before you were abusive, because they were growing in an unnatural, almost to say, kind of way. So they weren't necessarily welcoming to our, let's say, presence as humans on this earth. But then we come with machines and we don't make ourselves welcomed either, right? Because we come and we freaking cut them off abusively and we clear the land. So there's never a true communion, a true communication between us and nature, just figuring things out, creating a collaboration, a communication, a partnership. So where I'm getting with all of this is that nature right now is the second part of the problem, because nature does not behave naturally and normally right now. Even these seasons, they are kind of unnatural. These differences in weather where you can have these seasons of drought, but then seasons of extremely cold and freezing weather. This is not natural, guys. The earth does not behave like that originally. But when earth is in a dysfunctional state as it is right now, this is what we get. We get this type of dangerous or even nonsensical ecosystems that put us in danger. This is an ill and unfunctional, dysfunctional version of the earth. And it is affecting us a lot. It is affecting us a lot, and it plays into the chain of the dysfunction that we are living overall. Because, see, if the earth behaves unnaturally, for example, if the grass continues to overgrow, these weeds continue to overgrow in this style like they did last year, of course you need a machine to come and cut them. But then you need to invent machines. See, and it cycles. The problem just cycles back onto, then you enter into the systems of society. You need a systems, technological systems, to create these machines. And then you need this dysfunctional society to combat the dysfunctions of nature. And it just circles back. And as much as we use the machines and we come in nature and we abuse nature and we cut the grass and we cut the trees with our smart, and powerful machines, guess what? Nature is going to continue to act even more dysfunctional. Even more things are going to appear on the earth, which are going to create even more problems. And then we are going to need bigger machines, or, more quote unquote smart tools and technologies to combat the dysfunctions of nature. And by using those other bigger, or smarter quote unquote tools, we are going to create even more dysfunctions, and it's just going to spiral more and more. This is why these are the two main problems in this cycle, which keeps perpetuating this extreme, this devastation and destruction upon us and upon our earth. As much as people are going to destroy this earth abusively, as much as this earth is going to become uninhabitable or unfriendly towards us. And as much as it becomes unfriendly, we are going to have to create bigger or more coercive tools to coerce the earth to be friendly with us. And it's gonna spiral on and on, because we can't create friendliness with abuse. We can't make a friendly land by coming and chopping abusively its grass. So there has to be another method. We have to reestablish the sanity of this land and of this place, of this earth, and our own sanity by a different approach, by creating a different approach.